New Harvard data accidentally reveals how lockdowns crushed the working class while leaving elites unscathed, right? This is a Foundation for Economic Education. New data analysis from Harvard University, Brown University, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation calculates how different employment levels have been impacted during the pandemic to date. The findings reveals that the government lockdown orders devastated workers at the bottom of the financial food chain, but left the upper tier actually better off. It's interesting that the lockdown was to protect the bottom, but it actually ended up hurting the bottom is what it did. The analysis examined employment levels in January 2020, before the coronavirus spread wildly, before lockdowns orders and other restrictions on the economy were implemented. It compared them to employment figures from March 31st, 2021. Here's the data. Employment for lower wage workers, defined as earning less than $27,000 a year annually, declined by a whopping 23.6% over the time period. Employment for middle class wage workers, defined as earning between 27 to 60 grand, declined by 4.5%. However, employment for high wage workers, defined as earning more than 60K, this is not even millionaire, by the way,
Yeah.
above 60K, actually increased 2.4% over the measured time period. Despite the country's economic turmoil, the data are damning. They offer yet another reminder that government lockdowns hurt most those who could least afford it. Man, you talk about gyms. I can't even tell you how many people were calling saying, where the hell do I go to work out? Our office had a gym. People who had no gym, had gym memberships, other places that were shut down, they were coming to the office to work out on the weekends at our office in Dallas.
I mean, hell, I didn't have a gym, getting ready for the Olympia. Luckily, I was able to sneak in with a key and literally had to train with the lights off and parking down the street so then no one could see me, training during the day or at night.
My question would be, how can I look like you without needing a gym? I think that's the real question everybody's asking, right? It's, I'd love to look like Phil.
He just implicated himself in a felony as well, by the way. Thanks for that. Yeah.
Gerard, you look like you want to say something about this.
Oh, man, I should let everybody else go first because I feel pretty strongly about this one, man.
Tell us what you're thinking.
Look, this is endemic of a wider societal issue. The elites are so far gone. They're so far gone from the reality of everyday life. These are people that, when they were shutting down the coal mines, they were like, well, just learn how to code. Why won't these guys just learn how to code, man? They're 45 years old, 50 years old. They've been working in a mine for 20 years. And you're like, yeah, just go to DeVry and learn how to code, get a job in IT. They work remotely. These are people with high-paying, six-figure jobs that all they need is high-speed internet. And they can work from Aspen. And they're like, well, who cares if I don't have to go to an office? They don't think about the office building supports the dry cleaner down the block, supports the pizzeria down the block, the barber down the block. There's an entire ecosystem that is around supporting them, the high wage earner. But they've spent their whole life going to private schools, going to these high-end Ivy League universities, and then they go to these Google campuses. They've never been around quote-unquote normal people. This is where you get this Gal Gadot, and all these Hollywood elites thinking they're going to cheer us up during the quarantine, like, singing that song, Imagine, like, we're in this together, guys. And it's Malibu in her backyard with a 20,000 square foot house, and I'm sitting in here in a one-bedroom in Jersey City above an Indian restaurant going out of my mind, like, we are in this together. We are not in this the same.
Indian restaurant.
Get me out of this. I'm smelling curry 24/7. Get me, Gal Gadot. I swear to God, if you sing one more time, I am gonna. Ooh, same thing. So they got a Tillis gym in Jersey, brother. Bro, they shut down the gyms and the churches during a pandemic, so we can't be healthy spiritually, emotionally, or physically. But they kept the liquor stores and Burger King open, man. Like, come on, bro. This is what I'm talking about. This is let them eat cake moment.
This is why I love, Gerard, I love data. So I brought Billy Bean to one of our events. I don't know what it was, 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
2 years ago.
I brought Billy Bean to MGM. Yeah, but we only did it at the MD meeting. It was only the brokers meeting. It wasn't for everybody, right? And I'm interviewing Billy Bean. He says, when you're winning, you love data. When you're losing, you hate looking at the numbers because it's not the numbers' fault. It's something else. It's it's this, it's that, it's this, right? It's never there's a whole story behind it, right? Okay. You can get up there and talk about everything you want about the right decisions we made, et cetera, et cetera. Then comes data. And then you have to say, why did Florida's shutdown format work? Why did Texas work? Why didn't California work? Why didn't New York work? I mean, within a span of a week, we were both in New York and in California, right? New York, Everywhere we're going, everyone's like, we talked to the cab driver. The cab driver's like, no, we felt it, the shutdown. 500,000 people have left this place. California, we go there. Mario and I are at, I don't know where we went. We went to get this food by the water. This guy runs up, stop, put the mask on. Complete different environment that they got. But Phil, the gym, the fitness world, you're in that space. How big of a hit did they take? You know, like now it's after pandemic. How big of a hit have some people taken? Did some people fully get out of the business?
There's a lot of gyms that suffered, no question about it. And unfortunately, those personal trainers, they suffered tremendously because they can't, even the ones that do like online workout programs, they're working from home, but they also are working internationally. So imagine not just the people who they can help domestically in the United States, but overseas. They still don't have gyms. So a lot of the personal trainers are like, well, what do I do? How do I really pivot? And even those influencers that are like, you know, you got bodybuilder and influencer kind of mixed together. What are they going to do? Just home workouts all the time? Eventually that became boring. And it became very, I would say, disingenuous to say that I got my physique based on this. So a lot of people had to really just take a hiatus, and a lot of athletes were furloughed like crazy. A lot were let go. Contracts from the supplement companies. I mean, supplement companies, they all lost their ass tremendously. So they're just now starting to, I'd say, turn the corner a little bit. But I think those people that are turning it are probably watching Valuetainment and learning how to be a better businessman, you know, to understand that this may happen again. So how do we, you know, solve that problem?
Yeah.
But the unfortunate part is that a lot of them still haven't figured out like a specific training module or whatever to enhance like their abilities. And I know we were talking about stuff like that last night. Is that
you have an online course if somebody wants to learn how you all your secret stuff that you've done over the years? Is there like an online course to buy of yours or no?
Not yet. In the process.
Oh, brother,
Yes.
people would pay premium for that to get their hands on how you train. Like, you don't have a video that shows how you train with a camera showing exactly your routine?
I've had workout videos, you know, DVDs, all that stuff. You know, I've done collaborations with different companies, but no.
Wow.
Something's coming, though.
Well, if something
Something's
like
coming.
that-
I hope so, because I know a lot of us would want to jump on
Are
that.
you kidding me? You
100%.
got a 7-time
100%.
Mr. Olympia who
hell
is
yeah.
who is still in shape. Like, he can
Yeah.
compete this year if you wanted to.
100%.
So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.